All right, we finally got out and did that crab and squid combo trip on Puget Sound. We're gonna tell you everything about it, how we did. And we got rivers dropping into shape and steelhead swimming up these rivers in droves. It's gonna be the perfect opportunity to go after it next week. Do you know which month is better for steelhead historically? Is it December or is it January? We're gonna answer that question for you, tell you everything you know about steelheading coming up in the week ahead. And then last, I got a personal announcement to make that's kind of a big deal to me. Excited to share that with all of you and what it means for the year ahead. But first, the highlights. All right, so we finally got out and did some crabbing and squidding with the boat in Puget Sound. And left out Point Defiance and headed north. Olive, is this your first crabbing trip? Is this your first crabbing trip? You gonna be a good girl? Yeah, well, we're baiting the pots right now. You can't be all up in the bait. You know, we dropped our pots in locations from 70 feet of water to about 140, and we had crab keepers, good success at both 70 and 140, but only in one particular location, and dropping them in some of the little bays that are between Browns Point and Redondo. Then we headed up to Redondo and Des Moines, and we were just looking for squid, big schools of squid. You know, we kind of got spoiled a few years ago when there were all those big schools of squid all over the sound. In the daytime, you could just see them all over your finder. You know, this big horizontal line. And we didn't find anything like that. You know, we saw some other people out squidding from the boats, and you know, but it would just we ran our electronics through the area and we didn't find much. So we kind of looked around, and finally we came back to Redondo and joined kind of the squid party here. And there were not many marks. It was grinding it out, a few here, a few there. Here's the one double I got. You know, while we're out doing this, but it was good. I mean, everyone's in good spirits. You're out on a winter day, you know, end of the year, and you're pulling up squid. I mean, how awesome is that? I'm more on this side, huh? Be right down here. Oh, it's a double. So after that, we went and retrieved our pots. Lots of reds. Orange dungeon. Look at that. That red rocks are massive. We should keep some of these.
Well, that's what I was thinking. You're a red. Oh my lord, that's a red rock.
Yeah. You thought that was a dungeon?
Yeah.
Huh? And normally, you know, I like to throw back the red rocks, but man, there were some huge red rocks in one of the pots, and we got a few keeper dungeons as well. So I mean, you only need a few crab to make a fresh crab feast kind of meal thing, and oh my goodness, I love that. It's not something I've done a lot this year, but when we get to do it, it's an absolute blast. Oh, there's red rock this week.
Yeah, well, that's a nice pot.
Look at the size.
That's not a bad pot. Oh, there's one, at least one, or there's keepers in there.
That one right there.
I think we got 3 keepers.
Look at that guy.
That's over the. That's bigger than the gauge. Oh yeah.
We gotta talk a little bit about what's new. On the personal front, as I said in the opener, I've got a special announcement. I got selected for the Puget Sound recreational fishing. I got selected for the Puget Sound Recreational Fishing Enhancement Fund Oversight Committee. That's right, the PSR FEFOC. And I'm looking forward to being serving on that committee and serving your interests, the recreational angler, and see how we can just make things even better in Puget Sound. So definitely, you have thoughts about that, drop them in the comments. I'm going to be, you know, highlighting a number of different things all year long in 2023. As a big part of being on the committee is communication and sharing with all of you what's going on and hearing your feedback as well. And yeah, the more diversity of thoughts and opinions out there, the better. So. All right, also, I just published the Cowlet Springer 2023 salmon fishing article, and take a look at that. There's a couple graphs on there regarding the run size and escapement history for the cowlets. That's up on pnwbestlife.com. And then also the hunting a review of my 2022 hunting season. It was quite extensive. I got to deer hunt for each month of the fall season and had many experiences, incredible learning opportunities, and I write about a lot of it in that article, as well as the first time getting to go duck hunting, geese hunting, and yeah, it's just an incredible year of growth for me. Hunting is not something I did growing up, and really I'm new when it comes to just in the last few years starting that journey. But I've spent a lot of time in the woods, spent a lot of time learning, and there's just some things that are I don't know, just the things that might help you if you're on that early stage of the journey. Take a look at the articles up there, pnwbestlife.com. And related to that, I've spent as much time as I've spent on the water. Really, the last 2 years, I've spent a lot of time in the woods, hiking, foraging, scouting, hunting, and I made an important conversion in my life, an important life-changing decision. My whole life I've been a sneakers guy as like my everyday shoe. I was a runner for a while. I've run a couple of marathons, and running shoes, pair of sneakers, that's been like my daily shoe. And I just recently made the switch in the last week to a hiking shoe guy. That is my everyday shoe. And this video is sponsored by the Columbia Sportswear Newton Ridge hiking boot here. I bought the shoe first and kind of fell in love with it, and then got this opportunity to promote it. If you're looking for a hiking boot for 2023, or maybe making a switch similar to what I made with regards to daily shoe. You never know. You might be driving from here, for one reason, then realize you can stop on the side of the road and you go grab some mushrooms or do some scouting or whatever. These things are waterproof. They got these incredible grips on the bottom, and they're really comfortable to wear all the time. So when I first got them, I actually wore them around the house all day because I was pretty stoked about it. And they're just really a really comfortable shoe, and they don't feel like a boot. They're not big clunky like a boot. And yeah, so that's my big life-changing switch. All right, I said I'd talk about what was historically the best month of steelhead fishing, and for coastal steelhead, I've got all the data, and we've crunched it, we've charted it, and calculated, and the best month historically for steelhead fishing is actually the month of January. It's not December, it's January. A lot of times people, they hang it up after the New Year. You got the nothing week between Christmas and New Year, and everyone's out steelheading. Well, this year, right, nothing week was just torrential downpour and rivers getting jacked way up on the flows, and so it wasn't a great week to catch steelhead. But you know what is going to be a great week to catch steelhead? Next week, the first week of January. That's right. January is a better month historically, but also the setup is perfect. These rivers are on the drop. You've got the rivers that you can fish in Southwest Washington. You've got the Bogosiel. You've got other coastal no-tell-em creeks that you have to look at the regs, what's open, what's not, and there's going to be opportunity in January. Go hook that steelhead. That's the month to make it happen. And when it comes to recreational opportunity, of course, that's number one. Go steelhead fishing, right? We just talked about it. Go get out there. Go steelhead fishing. If you're on a coastal river with selective gear, run a bead. Go with the mottled orange, sweet cherry pink. Something peach maybe. These are the colors that are typically really good for steelhead. When it comes to Southwest Washington rivers, you can still use bait. Grab a jig pattern. A nightmare jig pattern. Or there's other jig patterns that work as well. But if you're new to this and you're just looking for something, hey, I don't want to fish with the wrong thing, throw a nightmare jig on. Tip it with a little bit of prawn, the kind that you get, at the grocery store, comes frozen in a package, and throw that on the tip of your jig, just a little pinky nails size worth of prawn, and watch the videos I've put out there. There's other great videos too about how how to float fish for winter steelhead, and catch your first steelhead in 2023. Make it happen. You know, for me, I'd love to go steelhead fishing next week, but I might actually go east of the mountains, and I might go over to the place in Prosser and get some goose hunting revenge on the ones I didn't get last month. So you know, we'll see about the weather setup and other factors that I gotta figure out, but that's something I'm excited about. It's open every day in Yakima County till January 29th, and tomorrow is the last day of winter crab, assuming I get this video out on time today, December 30th. You know, you've got one more day to get out and get some winter crab. It's been good. It's been good in Puget Sound, a lot of different areas. You know, go get some New Year's crab on New Year's Eve. Lastly, I just got the navy blue version of the PNW Best Life hoodie, and I think this is the best looking one. Super excited about that. Drop in the comments, hit me at kyle@pnwbestlife.com. And you know, still doing low volume here, so kind of got to work it out. But hit me up there, and we'll get you one of these hoodies. Whatever your plans are, New Year's Eve, New Year's, stay safe, get out there, enjoy the incredible opportunities we have for harvest recreation in the Pacific Northwest. See ya.